Greetings, sisters and brothers. So, I want to speak briefly on a story that some of you know about. I've been working on it for 2 years now. I've written 8 articles. I started interviewing the victim, Cassandra Fameux, a Haitian immigrant, on October the 19th, 2023. I remember the precise day because I was in Grenada attending the 40th anniversary commemoration of the murder of the great late Maurice Bishop, the Prime Minister of Grenada. So I get a call from this victim, Cassandra Fameux. I've been speaking with her almost every day now for the last 2 years. Her husband, Dr. Paul Gregory St. Clair, formerly of University of Michigan, Sparrow Health, allegedly had been injecting her with Invega Sustina, an antipsychotic drug, from 2017 to 2021. From 2014 to 2017, allegedly he and a colleague named Dr. Dominique Barberio had administered orally other types of antipsychotic drugs. They stopped injecting her in 2021 when they realized she had developed a brain tumor. So they switched back to oral antipsychotic drugs from 2021 to 2023. The oral drug they switched to is called Abilify. Here's the key thing. The whole alleged motive was by Dr. St. Clair to get his Haitian immigrant wife, Cassandra Fameux, to sign what is called a judgment of separate maintenance, which she did on February the 20th, 2018. It transferred millions of dollars in their marital assets to his control. It gave him advantage in custody of the 3 children who were all minors at that time. And it also transferred their 2 homes to his name, to his ownership. So basically, he wiped her out. And she was not sick. She did not have schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, which was the purpose of those drugs that he and Dr. Barberio administered to her. First, Dr. St. Clair denied injecting his wife with the antipsychotic drug. When I reported the first article, he denied it through his lawyer, Jessica Larson. Lo and behold, subsequently, he did admit to injecting her. He claimed he injected her because she asked him to inject, because it would not hurt as much, he claims, if he injected her. So now his argument is that she did indeed have schizophrenia, and that's the reason why he injected her. Now here's the other key thing. The injections were administered inside the University of Michigan Health Sparrow, in Dr. Barberio's office. The medical records, Cassandra Fameux's medical records, state that it was Dr. Barberio and his 2 nurses. So sometimes Dr. Barberio would inject, and sometimes his nurses. Monthly injection with the drug for a disease that Ms. Fameux did not have, according to 2 psychiatrists who have evaluated her. That's what the medical report said. But it turns out that it was actually her husband himself, Dr. St. Clair, who was administering those injections. So the medical records were falsified. So I wrote a couple of articles. Dr. St. Clair sued me and Black Star News for alleged defamation when he's now admitted in court testimony during their divorce trial that he indeed injected his wife with the antipsychotic drugs. Cassandra Fameux alleged that the only times Dr. Barberio injected her was when her husband called, when he was angry at her, and called Barberio to come to their marital home and inject her as punishment at home. And Dr. St. Clair kept handwritten notes of those home visits to allegedly inject his wife as punishment. She claims one time he got angry when she did not cook for his 2 adult grown daughters from his previous marriage. So he got angry, allegedly, and called Dr. Barberio to come and inject her as punishment. And that second wife, now his late second wife, he also, during their divorce in 2003, claimed she was also mentally ill. She died of cancer in 2019. So, during the divorce case, St. Clair and Fameux, 2 lawyers, 3 actually, filed motions for the judge to set aside that judgment of separate maintenance. So one lawyer named Timothy Young filed on the basis that the signature was obtained through fraud by drugging his wife to make her sign. And here's the other key thing. The lawyer who supposedly advised her when she signed that separate maintenance agreement, his name is Robin Omar. Guess what? He was the law partner of a lawyer named Jane Radner. And Jane Radner was the lawyer for Dr. St. Clair in his 2003 divorce. Talk about conflict of interest. And here's the other key thing. Since Cassandra was adjudged as incompetent in 2015, it meant she had to be appointed a guardian ad litem before she could enter into a contract, such as the judgment of separate maintenance. No guardian ad litem was appointed. An attorney guardian ad litem named Melissa Leakey was appointed. But an attorney guardian ad litem's role is to take care of the interest of the minor children in divorce proceedings, not for the adult, in this case, not for Cassandra. So the judge denied the first motion filed on the basis that the JOSM was signed through fraud. On May 22nd, another lawyer representing Cassandra, named Lisa Stern, filed another motion. In her case, she said the judgment of separate maintenance was void because Cassandra had never been appointed a guardian ad litem as required by the law in Michigan. Cassandra had already filed a motion for this judge. Her name is Carol Koenig, Koenig, in the Ingham County 30th Judicial Circuit Court in Lansing, Michigan. Filed a motion for her to recuse herself, alleging that she was racially biased against her. The judge refused to recuse herself and sealed that motion. Subsequently, Cassandra filed a grievance with the Michigan Judicial Tenure Commission. So now you will see why her allegations make sense. So once Lisa Stern filed the motion that this agreement is void because a guardian ad litem had never been appointed, guess what the judge's solution was? It's almost unbelievable. But nothing is unbelievable anymore in my years in journalism. So in her motion of September the 3rd, 2025, in her ruling rather, of September the 3rd, 2025, denying the motion to void this agreement because a guardian ad litem had never been appointed, in her motion, the judge lied and wrote that Cassandra was represented by a guardian ad litem. I kid you not, right? And here's the other key thing in this story, to let you know, as Cassandra said, I feel like I'm being treated like I'm in Alabama in the 1950s, and indeed. And I commend her for her courage, for standing up. She says my article saved her life. She had practically given up. She called every media outlet in Michigan. Nobody believed her story. But as the ancestors would have it, I was there to commemorate the great legacy of Maurice Bishop, and I took that call, and I believed her story. And guess what? The police now believe her story as well. She went to the police September the 10th, 2024, and reported all these allegations, right? On April the 10th, 2025, the police in Meridian Township in Okemos, which is a suburb of Lansing, Michigan, recommended that the prosecutor, Andrew DeWayne, file criminal charges against Dr. St. Clair. That's 7 months ago. No criminal charges have been filed. Sisters and brothers, go to change.org and you'll find a petition that I've launched. Sign that petition so the DA and the judge can stop the cover-up of the crimes committed against this Haitian immigrant. Search for that petition under her name, Cassandra Fameux. The last name is spelled Fameux, and sign that petition. And even better, call this prosecutor at 517-483-6108, John DeWayne, and ask him, what are you waiting for? It's been 7 months since the police recommended that you file criminal charges against Dr. St. Clair. What are you waiting for? Stop the cover-up. You can also go online and Google Cassandra Fameux and my name, Milton Alimadi, and read the articles that I've written. And there are also links to the petition in some of those articles. Thank you, sisters and brothers.